It's free.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Write that down. Yes. So now,
Okay, so code.
on the
Request refueling.
Go ahead.
Request rearming.
now, by default, that's always going to be the A for anybody, but we can change that frequency even for that for A, right? We can change that from 1688 to
You can-
1689 if we want.
Yep, you can change it whatever you want. And let's do that real fast. Click code and then click frequency.
Refueling complete.
And then go to K for kilo, 5711. Box that. And make that 1686. Type that in your keypad and hit enter.
Now, that just gives us an option of adding into your channel, right?
Yeah, so let's say we have multiple JTACs out here. We have multiple other flights. We can have this set up to be all their codes. So K is just an easy way to say, hey, switch over. If we're all on the same channel, we just be like, okay, I'm on kilo. Switch to kilo, and then yeah, I'm gonna give you coordinates for a target.
So you don't have to just preset anything. You can just go into code and frequency and then find the code that you want to change it to, and then you're good to go.
So if you get on like 4YA, 4YA will always be 1686. They're predators. Let's see. RPC is always going to be 1688. But yeah, it's real easy. Just click code freak, box it, and change it. Now uncheck freak, and you go back to the code page. Now you have all of these codes here, Alpha through Lima. Or no, Alpha through Romeo. All they are is just options. I mean, you have, I don't know how many, I'm not going to count those, but you have X amount of codes there. So if you have like red, white, and blue team, that's 12 birds. So actually, I'm going to count them now. 12.
Sorry, 14.
16. Look at the bottom, G through K.
That's 4, right? Oh no, you're right. Sorry.
So you got 16 codes here, so you know that's going to be 4 different flights.
Well, you
got
have 16 different people for data link, right?
Yeah, so you have codes available for 4 different 4-ship flights. So you know you don't have to be changing stuff on the fly. If you had a huge mission, you can have, or you have options for many JTACs, or you have options for your flight and maybe another flight. So that's all it is just a placeholder to hold codes that you're going to need. These are the default codes you're looking at now.
Now, these are the ones that we're going to be looking for, or the ones that we're going to be protecting?
Protecting or projecting?
Projecting.
Projecting? It depends. I mean, we're going to be, let's do the basic comms card tonight. We always leave A open because of Kiowas, and that's the default. We don't want to be on the default code. We want to be able to easily switch to that too, in case somebody else, like a Kiowa on a server, says, hey, I'm lazing. So we'll start our comms card with 1 being B, so I'm going to be B. So I'm going to box B right now. Who picked 1, 2?
Probably be me.
Okay. And you can click the com and go to origin ID and see if you're 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Just don't change anything. It's already set up. So look at that and find out what your code is. And so Bravo is going to be 1, 1. I'm Bravo. Charlie is going to be 1, 2. Delta is going to be 1, 3, and Echo is going to be 1, 4. So all you're going to do is choose your code, box it, and then choose set LRFD.
Well, I'll go to Zeus 1, 4 then.
Okay. All right, so LST, we want. Let's choose your wingman. Okay, so who's 1-2?
There's Gator.
Okay. Gator, let's see. Redman, you're what? 1-4?
Yes.
All right. Gator and B and C.
My data link is 14 though. Just so
Oh, you're 14. What's your comm, Redman?
Okay, so if he's taking 14, that means I gotta jump into Zeus 1-3. So I'm
Are
gonna
you-
go. My data link could be 13. I'm gonna be 4311 D.
So what is your? You go to click comm and then click origin ID. What does your top right origin ID say?
Right now it is. 13.
13. Okay. So you're 14. 13 is Redman. Gator's 12 and I'm 11. All right. So 1-2 and 1-4. Gator and Timber. We'll do odds and evens. So Gator. So Timber and Gator make each other's codes. So I'm Bravo. Gator's Charlie. Redman's Delta. Timber, you're Echo.
yes.
So go ahead, Timber, go ahead and make your LST Gator's Charlie. And Gator, you make your LST Timber's Echo.
Yep.
And Redman, you're gonna make your LST Bravo, and I'm gonna make mine Charlie. So it's our we're gonna say our wingman is our LST.
Yep.
Now this is easier than sending a point sometimes. If you're near each other and you're working on something, you could be like, I'm lasing it, and then be like, okay, turn on your LST and you're on it. It's faster than sending and receiving a point. So just keep that in mind too. If you're working with a wingman, you want theirs to be your LST initially. Okay, so we just set our LST.
We might want to use SRS if we're going to do some split squatting.
I think we're just going to be throwing casually buddy lasing, and if it gets crazy, we can switch over to rotor heads, and we're on what, channel 32, so we shouldn't have anybody on that. I think with questions and all, or you think it's going to get too complicated with 4 people?
I can see a situation where that will happen.
All right, let's see how it goes, and we'll switch over if it doesn't. If it gets too nutty. Or we could just go down to split
Make a
SRS.
second channel.
Yeah, different channels if you guys are working on stuff.
But then it's nice to be able to contact each other. SRS kind of solves all the problems.
All right. Well, you guys want to go to rotor heads?
We can do that.
Sounds good. Maximum lethality. Let's go.
Well, we'll still stay in this channel for questions and talking back and forth. But if you need to talk to your through, well, actually, we're not going to be on the intercom.
Nope.
I think if let's roll out there and stay in one channel, and then we can split and go down to flight 2 or flight 3, etc. All right, let's see. Let's finish going through this. So we set our LRFD and we set our LST. LRFD is what the missile looks at. Our code in the very front of your Apache that's where your LRFD is. LST is what the TAD is going to look for. All right, go ahead and now if you reset your LST, you're going to have to reset your LRFD because it's a toggle. So just remember that. If you want to change your LST, you're going to have to reset your LRFD as well. Alright, so what do you do after you set both of those? You go to channel. We only have 4 channels we can pick from to code our missiles to. So I'm channel 1. I'm going to choose Bravo. My channel 1's going to be my LRFD. So make your LRFD whatever you are. Timber, you're going to be Echo is going to be your number 1. Redman, Delta is going to be your number 1. All right, and then after that, I just go in order. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make Redman. I'm going to make you Delta is my number 2. You can do whatever you want after this. Gator, I'm going to make you Charlie, my number 3. And then Timber, you're going to be Echo, my number 4. So I got everybody in here. And we have JTACs out there too, so if a JTAC, if I get into a JTAC or somebody else decides to, you might have to change your channels to, so you can pick them. You only have up to 4 to pick. So once you got your channels set, uncheck channels, and then go down to the very bottom without wazzing up your Hellfires, click the MSL button. And MSL is going to react differently depending on what seat you're in and what your sight is. If you're in FCR, you click MSL, it's not going to look like this. But if you're in HMD in the pilot seat, MSL will give you all the primary and alternate codes and direct trajectories and all that for the lasers. So what you should see now is your LRFD on your weapons page says B as in Bravo, or no, mine says Bravo and my LST is Charlie. Actually, my LST should be Delta. I said it's Delta, so I need to go back and change it. So I'm changing my LST to Redman, who's on Delta, because I accidentally put Gators in there. So I need to change my LRFD back to Bravo. Set that, and then I got set LST as my toggle, and I'm clicking Delta, set LST, and now I'm going back to the weapons page. So you should have your LRFD, and then your as number 1, channel 1, and then your secondary, your LSD is going to be your wingman.
Okay,
Already got that?
Suggestion.
Shoot.
If you put the COM card in the knee board, then the next time we go to log in, or we wind up getting in the birds and everything like that, the origin IDs will tell us exactly what position we're in, and then we can use the COM card to pretty much set up everything already, right? Because we've got our call signs set up, we've got the laser codes, and if we always know that 1 is going to be teaming up with 3, and 2 is going to be teaming up with 4, then we can pretty much set up everything simply based on the origin ID of when we actually wind up spawning into the birds.
Yeah, I wish I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
We can do you can get the COM card off of the reference section and then just put it in your own board. I don't know how to do it for mission. I wish I did.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I mean that's what I did. That's what I'm looking at now, because the COM card answers everything for us right there. All we have to do is figure out who's going to be lead and who's going to be wingman, and once we define that, we've got everything already laid out. We can just jump. Yeah,
and I just went odds and evens, but usually 1-1 and 1-2 to be together, 1-3 and 1-4 to be together. But I want a Gator to be with one of y'all and then me to be with the other kind of thing, instead of y'all having to be together. Just the way it worked out tonight. But yeah, it's the COM card. I need to change frequencies in the COM card, because when I did this horrible, enormous setup between 3 different flights of 4 each, I did the frequencies different by accident. I think red team's 32, right. White team's 34, blue team's 36. So I need to change that in the comms card, but everything else is correct. So just think of it this way: 1-1 is always going to be Bravo, and then 1-2 is going to be Charlie, and so on and down the line. And you can just count down the line.
Yeah, so the order is how you log in, right? So if you always wind up getting in first, Gator gets in second. That's how we can lock in 1 and 2. Yep. And then however me and Timber wind up loading in, we just go accordingly, so that we always know 1's the lead, 2 is the lead, 3 is a wingman, 4 is a wingman. So we just have
Yeah.
to control how we actually wind up spawning in. So I just wait until Gator winds up saying that he's in, and if Gator waits until you say you're in, then we'll all wind up going in the correct order.
Yeah, and if we had a 2-1 and a 2-2, 2-1 would be Frank, and 2-2 would be George.
Right.
So we would have, it just goes, in alphabetical order down the codes, starting with Bravo as 1-1. So you could pretty much, just be like, oh, let's see, 2-1, he's going to be Foxtrot.
Yep.
2-2 is going to be Golf. If I use the military fanatico rather than the civilian.
Because that way, if we standardize it, we can get in and get going faster,
Yeah, and I wish we, wish we could have a setup for all this stuff where they're already set up, but, and then we'd probably forget how to set it up. So yeah, all right, so we have, you have our codes set up, we have our channels set up, and you just got to go back to your front page, like, just review on your main weapons page. Your LRFD is this. Your primary should be set to that because you did channel 1. Now, don't worry about alternate channels. That's just for ripple fire only. That's not going to be anything. So click on your primary L1 button on your weapons page, and you're going to see your 4 channels there. Those are your wingmen. I can just say if Timber's going to be lasing, he's like, hey, I got a target, I'm lasing, Bigfoot, do you want it? I'll be like, all right, I'm switching to Echo. So I'm going to do my primary to Echo, and then look at the bottom, it'll say Pry Echo, and it'll have a box around it. And then my when I waz up my Hellfires, it should say remote once I I'm on the ground right now, it's not going to do it, but yeah, does that make sense to everybody? Your laser and your Apache is on channel 1, and that'll be your primary matching your LRFD. Any questions on the codes and the channels? LST? I think everybody's got a good
Working
wrap.
with it a few times will help clear everything up.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't done it, really. They didn't go over that much in the class at all.
Okay. And we did this when we did laser hellfires that night. We did firing on the JTAGs and doing a little bit of buddy lasing. We did all this one time before. So let's just go out and practice it and try to get that muscle memory. Let's see.
That's key.
Let's see. Okay, so
And I got ahead posted the IP address to the SRS server that I've got running up right now. I couldn't connect to the Rotorhead one, so something's up with that.
You got your own SRS server?
Yep.
I have one, and one day I turned on the server, and I just happened to look at the client list, and some dude was in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? It's kind of scared me. I was like, some dude just connected to my computer out of range. So I think he had a port scanner, and he was scanning for 5002.
Yep.
And when he saw that 5002 was open, he joined it. And so I immediately closed that thing down. I just don't usually feel comfortable. I'll use like Rotorheads or somebody else's and go to an obscure frequency before I turn that thing on again. But yeah, I screenshotted his name, and he's an actual DCS player. I found him in one of the servers, but yeah, it was a little concerning to see that. It's like, because I didn't broadcast my IP to anybody. I didn't give it to anybody. I was just messing around with setting it up.
That's hackers for you.
Oh yeah. And 5002 is the, unless you go in there and change the frequency, but still, people can scan and find whatever they want. But yeah, if you're using the default ports, people could port scan that and then find all the SRS servers, and if you leave your window open, somebody's going to come in it, kind of thing.
Leave it open long enough, it will.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go to mission file and send you guys what I have for tonight. A bunch of battle positions. We have some friendlies out there, friendly JTAGs in the area, and then we have 3 rifle battalions, tank battalions. So you
I'm not
have
sure how to log into another SRS.
all right, check mail for a mission file, and
So-
wait, control measures are all you need to do is to store, nothing else.
So Timber, all you need to do is copy the IP address, the numbers that are presented there. When you go on SRS and make sure you open it up and look at the general page, you'll see underneath your speaker and mic options, there's server, and there's a box with some numbers. You replace those numbers with the ones I provided, and then connect.
Let's see, add SRS now. I think I have. Oh, I already have yours in here, Gator, as a favorite.
Yep.
I'm connected.
Yep, see you.
Where did
So
those
if you-
numbers go? I remember seeing the numbers.
I posted the numbers in the general channel in Discord.
You go to your favorites and then just type, name Gator and server address, paste it in there, and then click the little plus. You'll be able to add it and then select it from the list.
Okay, mine is blank.
If it's blank, you should be able to paste it in there.
And I should be connected.
Yep. See you in there.
I'm topping off my gas before we head out. There's a FARP down there too. This is the same one we did the rockets with. At Sharp is Charlie 5-2, and we're at 5-1 right now. Everybody get that mission file?
Request rearming.
Yep.
Copy.
Yeah, son. Good map.
And that goes to. That just added control points. It
Yep,
didn't add any
control
waypoints, right?
No, just control
Refueling
measures.
complete.
That's all we have is a bunch of control measures tonight. And if you go to attack phase, click your show filter, current route, do your CPG pilot cursor just for muscle memory. And then if you click chord show and choose enemy units, you'll see the battalion 1,
Got all
battalion 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we're gonna go. I'm looking at the pan here. Let's go. And there's that training range. We had a bunch of BTRs. I put BTR over there. That's just a bunch of BTRs that are gonna shoot at you. As we were going to, I think, the rocket range, I forgot and flew over them, and they were all lobbing rounds at me. So we need to rearm, refuel. Charlie 5-2 is gonna be your. Charlie 5-2 is going to be your FARP to go to, since we're down that way instead of flying all the way back here. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Y'all head to BP68. And then Redman and I are going to head to BP62. So set a direct to those. And those, when you see BP62, that's actually Charlie 62. Or Charlie 68, etc.
Charles.
Those are all control measures, and the numbers pop up there. And then when we get out there, we have our, we'll find our tank battalion, and then do some lasing. And those should be, well, those may be, so you might want to stop a little bit before your battle position. Give a scan. Those are about 5.5 to 6 kilometers from the furthest part of that formation. So that means the front part of the formation has tanks in it, meaning you could be within tank range. So
T90s.
T-72s, just as bad, and BMP-3s. So they're all going to shoot AT-11 rounds at you. So you might want to stop a little bit before those battle positions, possibly, and scan. But yeah, that's roughly the area that we're going to be working out of. Just keep that in mind. It's like the closest and the furthest. You know, whatever the closest tank is the one you're going to be within range to, not the center of the waypoint marking the formation, or maybe the. I think when I set up those BPs, I went from the furthest back of the formation out, just so we can get a good scan in and get the entire formation. So that means you're probably within tank range for the first one. But we're gonna do lasers. We're gonna do lasers first. So let's pop up, stop a little bit back behind that. We could even go, yeah, you know what? Change that BP67 for you guys, and then Redman, let's do BP61. We'll be a little bit more standoff. And if you don't remember how to do direct route DIR, and use your cursor and just select it.
Which BP you want us using again?
Go to 6-7.
Okay.
I think you guys will be in range of Battalion 1, and we'll be in range of Battalion 2 and 1. So we got ourselves. Yeah, we're not going to be shooting each other by accident. Then we can do
Not like the last
Quick
guy.
CAC, right?
What's that?
Quick CAC. Make that the.
Nope. That's gonna. If you CAC something, you're making it your ACQ. You want to click route and then DIR and then select it. Very similar to CACing something, except you're making it your direct to rather than your ACQ.
I still made it my ACQ though.
So if you're in the pilot seat, you probably don't want that being your ACQ. You want TADS to be your ACQ, so you can see what George is looking at, or what your co-pilot gunner is.
Okay.
And that's going to be your little dash cross. That's your secondary reference. Y'all ready? So top off your gas.
Breeze green.
Rotor RPM 5.
I saw that little dance.
That's what happened when I forgot I had my throttle / collective behind a detent.
And I can't see still on the map Sue in the air, so I'm going to guess that Gator, you're the furthest out there, right?
I am moving.
So you'll see R11, R13. So you guys are odd, we're even, just for tonight. And I'm requesting your. You know what? Let's see. I'm in the front seat. I need to go down to red team. All right, we got red 11, 12, 13, 14, and I got. Looks like I got everybody on data link.
SA 15, 3 o'clock. Searching.
All right, Redman, let's head out there.
I'm ready. Right behind you.
And we can laze for you guys. You can laze for us. We'll just go back and forth and throw it around. Practice changing codes. Are you guys on SRS on a code we
are all on SRS.
SA 8,
Okay.
4 o'clock. Searching.
Are you on a certain frequency other than 32?
I mean, we could talk on FM2, 34.
Radio check.
2S6, 4 o'clock. Searching.
Gotcha, Lima Charlie.
Yeah, don't forget to set your Discord keybinds to mute your PTT if you're going to use that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we got about 14 clicks. We'll slow down to 90 and hit the rest of them. I'll be right back.
Timber, radio check, FM2, 340.
Read you, Lima.
Yep,
Read your
but I'm
limit
not
on it.
hearing you on SRS. This is FM2, 34.0.
I had to come back to the driver's seat.
Oh, good.
Then I didn't realize everything had stopped and I was right there.
Now the question is, how difficult is it for you to go ahead and start switching your communication from FM2 to FM1, or to UHF, or to VHF?
The magic of key bindings.
Yeah.
And I'm back.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
back. What were you saying about switching?
Talking about keybinds and how you can make your life a little easier to communicate from one radio to another radio, or another radio, or another radio.
Oh yeah. No, I got them set up where I can RTS up and down.
I am lost right now.
Fly towards BP 67, and you should see if you have attack and enemies turned on, enemy units. You should see BT1. That's going to be our first target area. And I'm in the front seat making that my ACQ. I'm gonna cack to that. Cursor over and choose BT1, and you'll see BT1 is Charlie 56 once you click on it. And we're 5 clicks away from our battle position. And we're gonna be outside FCR range at this these further battle positions. So definitely when we play somewhere, or you know, in our tactics, someone's recon and someone's a shooter. It's pretty much, or we could all be, you know, shooters, doing all up close. But usually, if you send one group in a recon with Overwatch, and then the other group sit back and be the shooters for the recon.
Hey, Bigfoot, are you getting Redman or Timber on data link, present position?
I am coming right behind you, Gator.
I'll let you know in a
Copy
second
that.
here. So I have Redman. He's with me right now. And I see you out by your battle position, but I see Timber way behind you. Is he with you or behind you?
He's behind.
Okay, we're at our battle position here. Right after these power lines, Redman, I'm just going to come to a hover here. Base BT1.
Copy.
And we are nowhere near them being able to touch us. Okay, I'm on your right if you want to stay on my left.
Roger.
And TSD's frozen. It's always fun trying to do all this stuff by yourself without a CPG.
Oh, I know.
I'm jumping in the front seat, and George is doing me a 90-degree turn. All right, I'm gonna make your direct to
SA8, 5 o'clock. Searching.
BT1. That's what I'm gonna do, just so I can get a
SA15,
reference where it
5
is.
o'clock. Searching.
'Cause I'm on the pilot seat.
Okay, so is that Charlie 1?
Just click route DIR and then use your cursor to select BT1 on your TSD.
Yeah, I can't move the cursor around. I've got to figure out that binding, so I've got to actually punch in the point.
So BT1 is going to be Charlie 5-6.
Copy.
And if you hit point and then go ahead and just select it, which is you probably couldn't do that either. If you hit select with point, you're going to see Charlie 5-6, and it'll give you all the information about it, including the lat long military grid, distance from you. So we're 4.9 kilometers from it right here. We're actually pretty close for a scan, so we might be able to do some RF handovers for you guys.
I am good. I'm set now.
So we could very possibly get a tank round coming at us, so just keep your eyes open. So I'm in the front seat. I'm gonna go ahead and
Copy.
I'm slaving to that.
SA8, 8 o'clock. Searching.
Copy. Coming
Yeah, okay,
back.
I got some stuff on here. It looks like we got some terrain on our end, Redman.
Locking altitude.
Are you guys in position? Oh, they're on.
They picked another frequency.
Just about.
Gator, do you want us to be on SRS for this, or?
If you guys could be doing a lot of communication back and forth, you guys might as well take 32 FM, and Timber and I are already taking 34.
Okay, we were gonna lay stuff for y'all, or do you just want us to work together?
I figured you'd be lasing with Redman, and I'd be lasing with Timber.
Okay. If you want to switch and have us go vice versa, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm putting our FM2 on 34 then.
Yep, same thing I got.
Actually, we're at white team's already 34, so yeah, it's already set for that. We don't need to go manual.
Let's rock.
All right, Redman, I'm gonna laze for you. Let me find one of the first tanks. Yeah, they're down. They're rolling down a hill. I'm looking for you. Let me get an update here. All right, I got a position update. I see you're on my left. Yep.
Roger.
Let me see if I got those
Deslaving.
guys. Okay, I see 12 and 4. 12's at BP. Looks like 6-8
Target
and
acquired.
14's at 6-7.
Target stored.
Now, how do I get it to switch from
All right,
RF
Timber.
to SAP?
How are we doing over there?
Switch from what?
From RF to SAL, so I can get it to go laser.
Is your sight. So depending on your sight, if you're in FCR, when you WAS up, it is automatically be RFs. Go to TADS.
Yep.
And I'm
settled here.
I'm swapping
to your
out.
right.
I'd RTS down to FM2
Copy
and
that.
then hit the swap button to change it to 30 manual, so we don't have to listen to them talk unless we need to talk to them.
Got you.
Yeah, you could decrease. You could decrease the volume for FM2.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. I just swapped out.
All right, Timber, are you ready to start to engage first target?
Let's switch down to flight 2. Since they're on one channel, we're on another, so we don't have to
That's
irritate them.
Yeah, but the okay.
All right,
so,
we're gonna get into a hover here. I'm gonna get in a hover beside you here, and then we're gonna jump into the CPG seat.
I'm already there.
Excellent.
Copy. Slowing down. On speed.
All right. Alright, so I am looking at my first target, and what we're going to have you do is you're going to utilize your laser search track function to quickly locate the target off me. So one thing we're going to do one more time is we're going to double check your laser frequencies. Alright, so if you take a look at your left MPD, let's go to code, and let's confirm your LRFD, your laser rangefinder, essentially, or slash designator. This is going to be, for you, you should be having it on Echo, which is 4511.
Echo is box 4511.
Now, if you press the top 2 button to change the laser rangefinder to laser search track, you should see that your laser search track is currently on Charlie 4121.
That is correct. Charlie 4121 is boxed.
And then one last piece, if we go to channel, make sure that your channel is selected to Echo.
And confirmed.
Alright, let's go ahead and have you WAS the Hellfires. And have your weapon page up. Primary for you should be on Echo. Alternative should be on Charlie.
Say that again.
So you should WAS up your Hellfires. Make sure you have your weapons page open. And in the top left corner, we're looking at buttons L1 and L2. Your primary should be on Echo. Your alternative should be on Charlie.
I don't see alternate. I do see. Well, I'm not sure.
L1 is primary. L2 is alternate. Do you have your Hellfire WAS? Is one of your missiles flashing in the weapon page?
Yes, it is.
So if you look at the top, so if you're looking at left 1 and left 2, left 1 is your primary, should be on Echo. Left 2 is your alternate, it should be on Charlie.
It was set for auto.
Okay, that's probably because you're in you're currently in FCR. Let's get out of FCR, go into TADS mode. And when you go to TADS mode, it should automatically switch over to the SAL missiles, which are your laser guided.
Correct.
Now, if you look at your L1 button again, primary should be Echo. Your L2 button, alternative should be Charlie.
That's correct. For the channels, primary is Echo, alternate is Charlie.
Excellent. Alright, so I'm looking at a target. I'm going to tell you, I'm looking 098. So I'm telling you, you should have the front of your aircraft, or at least your TADS, looking 098. Ideally, you would have your TADS looking up front, and you would point your aircraft in that heading, because as soon as you lock that target, if your aircraft already nose hot to the target, guess what? As soon as you lock to it in your TADS and start lasing it, you're able to also engage it very, very, very quickly. Alright, I'm going to initiate lasing. Target is lased. Now, what you need to do, on your right hand grip, you'll notice that there's a switch just above where your thumb would be holding the grip. And that switch has an A for auto, O for off, and M for manual. That switch is your laser track. It even has LT to the left of it. Do you see that switch?
Gate correct. Got it.
Bigfoot.
What was that, Bigfoot?
Hey, Gator, this is Bigfoot. We went ahead and already had our first casualty. So I'm going to send a mission file, so just you guys disregard that.
No worries. Alright, so what I'm going to have you do, that's your laser track switch. We're going to have you go ahead and flip it in the upward position towards A for auto.
SA8.
And it's going to automatically search and find my laser track on the vehicle.
It is locked on to something, but it's behind a tree.
Copy this. You may need to tell George to, pick up some altitude.
2S6, 6 o'clock, searching.
and he told me decreasing altitude and didn't move.
Interesting. Try again.
He's coming up now.
All right. Now the funny thing is, even if you do not physically see the target, you will still be able to engage it without seeing it at all, as long as your Hellfire can pick up the laser frequency.
Well, when I try to run it, it won't run it now because it's already tracked or already stuck on it. But it's behind a hill, so I guess we give it a try.
Let her rip. I would call out in 251 Heusinkveld.
Rifle.
I will hold my lays.
Rifle.
So did anything come off the rail? So now the important thing to note here is that, you know, I'm currently lasing on my own laser frequency. Now I could guide your laser in very easily with your laser frequency, but there's also another mode that we're not going into today called Ripple Fire mode, where actually you can fire missiles off on 2 alternating laser frequencies so that we could engage targets even faster and simultaneously. So that's why you have a primary and a secondary laser code.
Well, it didn't hit where the cross was aiming. I did see it land elsewhere, further out off the distance.
Yep, copy that. All right, so we're gonna hold off on that. If I switch my primary code over to Echo, for instance, your weapons will definitely be able to follow that in without a problem. But right now, your weapons are currently geared towards Echo, and the goal of this first shot is we want to see you find my target on the laser search track. Then you need to IAT lock that target, and then laze it, and then provide terminal guidance to the missile yourself. This is more about, hey, Timber, I've got a target, I'm lasing it, capture my target, and then I'm going to proceed work on something else whilst you work with that target.
Good copy.
Do you have a lock on that target, or do you need me to laze again?
It is not finding it.
I'm not lasing. That's why I'm asking, do you have a lock on the target, or do you need me to laze again?
Relays, please.
Lasing. Is it starting its scan? And if you're uncertain, flip the switch back to the middle for off, and then bring it back up to A for auto.
No, it's definitely engaging. I'm going to have to try to come up some more, and because it just seems like it's over a hill or something that I don't know. But,
All
you know,
right.
it locks into that spot and every time. But I don't see nothing.
Yeah. For reference, I'm currently around 600 feet off the ground.
I see 2 targets.
That's right, but I'm only lasing one of them. You should be able to have a view. I would tell George to hold the altitude.
Missile, forward right.
Rifle.
Are you lasing it in? Remember, I'm only providing you the target. You need to provide the guidance in this particular shot. Alright, so looks like that one went off. Were you providing laser guidance?
Negative. As soon as I went to hit the laser spot track went crazy.
Okay, copy. Do you need me to help you find the target one more time? Do you need me to laser the target, or do you have it marked?
Laze, please.
Laser is up. Now, after the laser search track finds the target, it's important to turn the laser track back to the centered position for off. Because you cannot laze whilst having the laser search track on.
Stored.
Is your laser search laser track function in the centered off position?
That is correct.
All right. Confirm that you can hold the laser and you see the diagonal crosshairs.
Copy.
You're cleared to engage.
Missile, forward right.
Rifle.
Call out rifles on UHF 251. So that these guys can hear it.
Rifles also, sorry. Rifle.
Good shack.
Missile, forward left.
Alright, marking new target for engagement. Find on laser search track. Channel Charlie. Which you already have set.
Laze and stored.
Alright, now what we're going to do this time, I'm going to go ahead and set my primary frequency to Echo. So now you do not need to provide guidance. As a matter of fact, now when I'm lasing on Echo, if you have laser guided rockets or missiles selected, what you're going to see is your Hellfire already has a primary track and you got a box. Is that correct?
I stored the target and then I went.
You stored the target and then you went what?
And then it went crazy. I went to laser the target and it started looking for another laser, but I'm pretty sure it's in the 0 position. It's in the off position.
All right, double check to make sure the laser track is in the off position, and then slew your targeting pod back over to your your store point.
Now, does that show up in the coordinates?
Yes, it does. Should be your latest target point.
Missile, forward right.
Rifle.
All right, we gotta call those rifles
Rifle.
at least a few seconds before you really use the missile. Good check. All right, but you lased that one in. Now I'm gonna find a target, and you are not going to be looking at it in the TADs, and I'm just going to give you a heading. All right.
Copy.
Alright, I've got tasking for you. We've got a target, same heading, 098. I am lasing on frequency echo. You are cleared to engage. You should see a large box, and you should have primary track. Can you confirm?
Yes, confirm.
All right, fire away.
Rifle. Rifle.
Missile, forward right.
And so you'll want to get used to calling out Zeus rifle. We'll just use the squadron name. And that's a good shack, BDA 100 for 100. That took out a Shilka.
Right?
Alright, I have another target for you. It's going to be a main battle tank. Lasing again on frequency echo. Same heading of 098. Just confirming all this information. In case the heading was different, you would have to turn in order to be nose hot, which is important. You are cleared to engage.
Oddly, that keeps flipping back between the previous target because it's so close to it.
Are you looking with your TADs? What do you mean?
Yeah, when I was looking with the for the rangefinder, it was jumping it couldn't figure out which target it should have been locked up on, whether the previous target or the other one, because it was so close for the heading.
Do you have the primary track? And remember, you are not lasing. No lasing on your end. This is purely my laze.
I don't see primary track if you're lasing.
You don't see primary track. Copy. Alright, lasing a new target. Let me know if you get primary track. Heading is still 098. I know what the problem is. Oh, no.
You know, I just instinctively go to laze it, but I don't see primary track.
How about now?
Now I do.
Interesting.
Now I don't.
Yep, I just turned it off. I think you lased in the last target.
Right.
Missile, forward left.
Alright, I'm gonna lock up the target I wanted. And lasing. Do you have a primary track?
I have primary track. The crosshairs didn't move.
That's fine. That's because it's relatively close. As long as you got a primary track and you're not lasing, you are cleared to fire.
Rifle. Zeus rifle.
Right.
Missile, forward right. Missile, forward left.
I've noticed your countermeasures are going crazy every time someone's firing over there. BDA 100 for 100. Target is destroyed. Without you even lasing.
Good thing, because that's not the target I was looking at.
Alright, I've got a new target designated for you. Still 098. It is an enemy APC. If you got a primary track, you are cleared to engage. You only need to call the rifle out once on channel 251.
Rifle 264. It says primary track, and it's a dotted line. But
It might mean that there's some interference in between, but once that missile gets up in the air, it's gonna spot it.
But it's not releasing.
Copy that. Usually one of the solutions we use for that is to de-waz the Hellfires and then re-waz them.
Missile, forward left.
You're gonna run out of countermeasures. I'm assuming you forgot to turn on bypass for your countermeasure system. Looks like the targets are up and moving.
Missile, forward right.
Roger.
Did you just fire one?
Roger, that was a delayed reaction. Finally released.
Copy that. Well, you may need to, a little late now, but if you get a delayed rifle, you still want to call out. We do have some SHORAD SAM threats down there, and it's good for the boys to know that they're not getting fired at by an enemy.
Copy that.
Were you firing on my lays?
I believe that's what I did.
I'm not seeing any impacts. Alright, let's try again. Looking at a heading of 098. See if you get a primary track. If you get the primary track, you're clear to engage. Do you have any more laser guided Hellfires?
I got one more laser.
Copy that. You cleared to engage when you got primary track.
It doesn't look right because it's locked on a target that's already been on fire.
How do you know it's locked on a target that's on fire?
Is it moved to it?
Did you activate your laser track?
I could have. I don't recall.
Make sure your laser track is on off.
It's on.
Off. Okay. Do you got a laser track? If looking out with your iHads, you should have a solid square box and a primary track. Is that what you see?
Roger, primary track and a solid box. Yep, in my
Clear to
iHads.
engage.
Missile, forward right.
Rifle.
Call it up prior.
Rifle.
Missile, forward left.
Good shack. BDA 100 for 100.
Still didn't see where it landed, but okay.
That's fine. That's the whole point of this, is you could literally be behind a building, behind a mountain, and I could laze targets from a safe distance of like 14 miles out, and you could go ahead and be up real close behind cover, never see the target, and absolutely destroy them with my guidance. That is the point of this exercise today. Alright, since you're out of kilos, I want you to go ahead and find some targets now. We're going to have you find a target, and then at first we're going to have you just lazy target for me to engage myself, and then we're going to use the remaining 3 kilos that I have that you're going to be providing terminal guidance for the last 3.
Lazy.
Charlie, this is going to be Charlie. This is now going to be. Let's try this Echo. All right. All right, I have captured your target. Your target appears to be a Shilka. Has a very small round dish over it. It's a radar guided AAA.
A-firm.
You could turn off your laser. I am now going to take over with my laser on Echo and provide guidance to one of my Hellfires. Zeus 7 rifle. So one thing you might need to do is to go into your pilot seat, take a look at your countermeasure panel in the top right, and make sure that your bypass is turned on for the countermeasures so that you have to manually activate them as opposed to having them go automatically. Because the automatic feature just dumps your countermeasures every time the missile warning system goes off.
I noticed that, but I don't think that... Is there a bind that I can do from the co-pilot seat to do that?
Negative.
Yeah, and I off the bat it was that bypass. It wasn't clicked. So
what's going on here? Code.
just confirming that you did let loose one.
I did really fire off a missile. I did not see it hit the target, and I think I found out why. I had changed my weapon code earlier, and I'm just resorting everything. Now I've got it to the correct code. I'm gonna fire one off again on that target. Zeus 7 rifle.
Missile, forward left.
This one should nail it. All right, that looks like a shack.
Good shack.
All right, let's go ahead and have you. Let's go ahead and have you. Let's have you laze one, and but this time you're going to be lasing it, and you're going to provide terminal guidance. So what you're going to do now is find a target. You're then going to tell me the heading between us and the target. The heading and your laser code. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm on your heading, and then I'm going to also make sure that my missiles are set to your frequency. And this time you're going to provide terminal guidance. I'm going to be blindly firing on a target that I cannot see.
Target lased, approximate direction 090. It is a BMP. Stand corrected, it's a tank, T-90.
Sliding left. Roger, stopping. Coming left. Stop and turn. Coming right. Up, holding his head.
Alright, you said 090.
Copy that.
And you would confirm you're on frequency Echo. I have established a primary channel track. I'm ready to engage. Zeus 7 rifle. Now you must hold your lays as you are providing the terminal guidance. That looked like it smacked him in the face. I'm surprised he didn't blow up.
He laughed it off.
Well then. If you could kindly provide terminal guidance, I will fire another. Get a nice IAT track and then start lasing. And let me know when you do.
Alright, we are ready. Same location, same unit. It moved to just behind the other two a little bit, but it's lased.
Copy. Got a primary track. Zeus 7 rifle.
Rifle.
He didn't shake that one
Forward
off.
left.
So I take it that's a target shacked.
That's a shack.
Alright, next one. We've got 4 more.
Laced and stored.
Are you actively lasing?
Copy.
Is the target still at heading 090, or do I need to change heading?
Same heading. It's another one of those 3.
Copy. You want to make sure you get into a habit when you're providing targets that you always provide that information. The heading is critical.
Good. Rifle.
Alright, got a primary track engaging.
Forward left.
Zeus 7 rifle. I think all of your countermeasures have depleted because you're no longer dropping them. Unless you get that bypass set.
Didn't quite make it there in time. That's a shack.
Nice. Next one.
Equipment laced and stored. Bearing approximate 090.
Copy. Laser track established. Engaging. Zeus 7 rifle.
Good good shot.
All right, on to the next one.
Laced and stored, one track, vehicle 090.
Primary track established. Engaging. Su-7 rifle. So as you can see, sometimes it can be almost as much fun to be spotting and providing guidance as it is to engage it yourself.
Yeah, you get the right communication going, the right teamwork. Absolutely.
Now imagine, if we had something really dangerous over there, I'd be hiding below tree level. You could be, 14 miles out, providing this lasing support.
Tank laced and stored, approximate bearing 088.
What's the status of the previous target?
It is a good shot.
Alright, so you got a tank. Same heading?
Same approximate heading, yes.
Alright, primary track established. Engaging. Su-7 rifle.
That's a shot.
Alright. Alright, so we are out of kilos. So now we're most likely we're going to start working with the RF missiles here. So what I'm going to do, so what's your comfort level with the RF missiles?
Same as the other ones, just not enough experience.
Copy that. Let's see, so I'm going to start scanning the area, and I am picking some targets up. Of course, it's going to pick up a bunch of things that have already been hit. But whilst it's scanning, I'm having it perform a continuous scan, and I'm using the link feature to automatically slave my TADs over to what the FCR is considering the primary track. And when I don't like what I see for the primary track, I just hit the NTS button to switch to the next target. And if you already have the TAD links to the FCR, you'll see that it's going to automatically slew over to the next target that the FCR picks up. And you don't need to use your mouse to hit the NTS button. You can just use the cursor in the MPD and hit the NTS button on the top right corner of the FCR page. And just like that, I have found a new target. Track target that we have not hit. So are you able to just scan through targets in your FCR with your TADs linked to it, and quickly able to look from one target to another and visual ID with your TADs?
That's affirmative.
Excellent. And did you find the tracked vehicle I was referring to? It's the main battle tank by the trees?
I see at least one.
Live, undamaged? At least apparently undamaged?
I'm looking at it from the back side, so I can't see a
Yep.
true barrel, but
I think we're
everything
looking
looks-
at the same one. So if you have that target selected now, I would say turn nose on and engage.
Zeus 64 rifle.
Missile, right.
Now it moved to the next target automatically to something that is dead.
That's correct. So the FCR, as soon as you fire on a target, it'll automatically switch to the next target. So basically, the FCR is just ready for you to rifle off one target after another after another. It's ready to just keep going. I, however, is still held on that target, and I can see that you got a good shot at him. So it looks like we cleared that out. We're going to have to move up a little bit to see the next set of targets. So I'm going to jump to the back seat, and we're going to move up a little bit. We've put some work in here. I'm just going to keep moving forward until we get the next set of targets at the edge of FCR detection range. Since they're static, that's going to be roughly around 6 kilometers out.
Copy that, coming up to 100 knots.
You'll disregard that mission file. I just sent to Redman.
Copy that.
Slaving. De-slave.
Alright, let's slow her down, bring it to a stop. We're getting real close. And I'm seeing new targets. BMPs. We might even have you take a step back. Turn around.
Target acquired.
You are taking fire. Turn around now. Turn right and back up. Egress to the west.
5 o'clock. Searching.
Blazed and stored.
I'm going down.
I see that. You have no tail. We'll just get you to fire up a new bird.
Laser ranging, 11 o'clock.
I don't know where he went.
SA-8, 7 o'clock. Searching. Laser ranging, 12 o'clock.
I don't know where he went.
Rotor RPM low. SA-8, 6 o'clock. Searching. SA-15, 7 o'clock. Searching. Laser ranging, 12 o'clock. SA-15, 8 o'clock. Searching. Laser ranging, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, they moved. Timber, you back up?
Roger.
All right, head on over to control measure 67, BP 67.
SA-15, 6 o'clock. Searching. SA-8, 6 o'clock. Searching.
And slave. De-slave. Target acquired. Laser on. Target is stored. Lasers off. Coming left. Holding this heading. Coming left.
Laser ranging. 12 o'clock.
Coming left. At requested heading. Copy. Slowing down.
Missiles, forward. Laser beaming. 12
Fuck.
o'clock. Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low.
Motherfucker, huh? Got him. Yeah, that's him.
SA-15, 12 o'clock, searching. SA-8, 12 o'clock, searching. 2S6, 12 o'clock, searching.
Slaving. I'm deslaved. Tracking target. Blazing. Lasers off. Speed set. Copy. Slowing down. On speed.
Hey, you're mine now, bitch. Zeus 7 rifle. Let's find another one. Do 4 seconds. Oh yeah. Juicy. You have been avenged.
To the forehead, I presume.
Right in the face. Yeah, let's see what George. Oh. What did you leave me, George? Alright. Find me
And
another
slave. Deslaving.
one. Another one.
Roger. Deslave.
The one thing I'll definitely recommend is when you're moving up as a group, don't go flying ahead of the lead.
Did I do that? When you said they were like 6 kilometers away, I thought, well, we had, some room to move, but
Apparently not. They were moving up. That was the issue. That target moved up a little bit. And by the time I realized, you were right on top of them. Alright, I'm going to push up because I see... No, I think those are pretty straightforward. I'm going to go take a look at the next group of targets. Try to follow me in trail. And I'm just going to... I'm pushing up with FCR scanning in continuous.
Slaving. I'm deslaved.
Looks like the next group is just a bunch of armor. Lots of APCs. But fortunately, no charades.
something I was thinking about. I want to start making some sort of flashcards or something that I can have for vehicle identification.
I could, yeah, you could,
radar and stuff like that.
You could download some knee boards actually for vehicle identification, and you could reference them in flight. I can hand you some knee boards for Shores. I believe I've posted them.
And
I've got some in my knee board already for the Apache.
Target acquired. Blazed and
Copy
stored.
that. Alright, I am looking at a group right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and send you an RF handover. Check mail for our RF handover. You'll be able to see that in your TADS received.
Blazing. Lasers off.
Good receipt.
Clear to engage it.
I'm going to have to redo that because George just...
Alright, you are turning toward the target. You might want to get a little bit more distance. Unless you like flying without a tail.
Not what I like to do best.
I'm going to be crossing over top of you.
Now, George doesn't have to handle this. I can watch my
You could
missiles
do this
from the back
completely
seat.
from the back. Yep. But I will show you. Have you ever fired an RF handover without using FCR?
I don't know.
All right, we'll go over it. Let's have you deal with that RF handover.
Looks like I'm in the boxes, but I got a yaw limit.
Copy. Try to
Laser ranging.
up, back up. One thing I would have you do is to unwaz and rewaz your missile. And definitely want to be up in FCR mode for these.
Laser ranging here already.
Alright, it's pretty far. I would go ahead and try to work your RF handover now.
Blazing. Lasers off.
If you're concerned, try to go past 5 kilometers. Like, getting like 5 kilometer separation. That's beyond where they could fire those particular tow missiles.
Still getting a yaw limit.
Did you rewaz the Hellfires?
Roger.
And are you nose directly on to the target? For the RF,
I don't know because I can't see it. I see RF handover. I don't see a target in my FCR.
you should see the box with your IHADs. 2-7 rifle. Oh. 2-7 rifle.
Slaving. I'm deslaved.
Laser ranging, 12 o'clock.
Looks like I got their attention now.
I got the broken box.
Not too concerned about that. That just means it can't see it right now, but it should be fine. It should let you fire on that. But getting a solid box
I'm
would
not
be
getting
preferable.
nothing to fire.
Okay. Let's take a look, see here. What have we got?
Plus I got more fuel and it's too heavy for George to hover with.
6 o'clock, searching.
Yeah. You shouldn't. You should be able to fly and do this from the back.
If you're in a stable hover, maybe you could look at my screen and see what.
Yeah, I could do that. Ooh. No. Let's zoom in. Well, it's not doing me any good. Yeah, this guy's nasty looking. Alright, don't accept that new one yet. Let me take a look at your screen. Alright, I'm looking. Can you zoom into your MPD? Don't feel. Alright, it looks like you're not, your problem is you weren't even on the radar handover anymore. You lost the radar handover. Because you must have had other things scanning in your FCR. So let's go ahead and just accept the new handover.
On the right hand side, it does have that RH handover still there.
I mean, I just sent you a new one. It's probably what it's referred to.
Copy.
Let's have you go ahead and accept it, because these do have a time component to them. Eventually they fade.
Stored.
Now turn towards the target. See, now your FCR no longer has a bunch of targets. Now it's focusing on the singular target, which should be by the RF handover. Let's get yourself to engage in the direction of it. By any chance, do you, go to your FCR page, on the top left, turn on C-Scope. For the love of God, turn on C-Scope. Now, if you look with your iHads out the window, you'll actually be able to see where the target is. There's a diamond on him. It's literally right off your nose. And a little to the right, because you're rolling left. See that diamond?
I do not see a diamond.
Ow.
I saw another box.
How are you not seeing this? Alright, when able, turn back around.
SA8, 1 o'clock, searching.
Coming right. At requested heading. Coming left.
SA15, 11 o'clock, searching.
Rolling out on course.
Alright, so if you look out in front of you on the ground, do you see the diamond? Looks like a square, but it's angled. With pointy bit on top. With the pointy bit on top. Do you see the diamond?
Yes.
That's the target. You're facing it. Go ahead and engage it.
Not firing.
Do you have the missiles wasp?
Was. Yes.
Do me a favor, go ahead and safe your aircraft and then rearm the mast arm. I'm currently returning to the farm to get some fuel because I'm just about out. So yeah, so for starters, yeah, C-scope is one of those things you definitely want on when you're, especially when you're pilot, but even up front, C-scope is just awesome because it allows you to visualize where the targets are looking out the cockpit with your iHads. That diamond that you saw when you were looking right, exactly. You see how easy it is to spot the target this way?
Yep.
So now your nose on. Try pressing and holding the trigger. Alright. What does it say at the bottom of your iHads? Try to slow your ingress or just turn off. I just want to know what it says.
2S6, 11 o'clock. Searching.
Low al norm.
Alright. How about the left side?
PFCR.
But no question marks, no error message.
Nope. It's got R.3.4.
Okay. So you don't seem to have any question. The missile knows what target it needs to hit. You have FCR selected, and since it says low al on the bottom right, that's indicating the launch mode for the missile, indicating that you do in fact have the missile WASD. Alright, let's have you break off the FCR for now, because the radar handover for now, and we'll have you start firing off on targets that you pick up on FCR. When I get some fuel, I'll try to send you some more handovers. We'll get this going.
Okay.
But this is when I would like some of that, thank you.
Right.
What? Fix inverted? No. Oh, that's weird. I think they are. Should be okay. Huh. Just doesn't look right. Yeah, it's the exact opposite of the front. Yeah, they're inverted. Axis 2. Let's get rid of the invert. Why would they have it backwards? That's so weird. Anyways. Give me fuel.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
How goes the FCR in?
I keep finding other positions to get into to try to get it right. But it's still not releasing any weapons.
Interesting. It is critical that you are nose on, directly nose on to your target. Do you have anything selected in FCR? I'm assuming you've got something that's at a diamond right now.
Refueling complete.
That's correct.
So now if you were to press and hold the trigger, it should fire off.
It should.
Trying to think what else that could be wrong here. We got fuel. Oh, we got fuel.
Rearming complete.
Alright. Unfreeze that.
SA-15, 5 o'clock, searching. SA-8, 5 o'clock, searching.
Rifle.
Let's give it a little trim. Water there. Nice.
2S6, 4 o'clock, searching.
Rifle.
And every time George takes controls, it's just a shit show.
Coming right. Rolling out. Coming right. On course.
So we just say, alright. Alright, I'm on my way back over. Now, the FCR is having no problem scanning and finding targets, I presume.
No, everything looks right.
Yeah, let's get you in a stable hover and see if you can try to do it from the front.
That's what I'm going to do.
Copy. Increasing altitude. Marking altitude. Copy. Increasing altitude.
Well, since you're already there, are you nose hot with any targets?
At requested altitude.
S6, 5 o'clock, searching. SA-8, 5 o'clock, searching. SA-15, 5 o'clock, searching. Missile, forward.
Make sure to call those out on 251. So it looks like you got some success there in the front seat.
Yeah, it did launch.
Nice. Alright, see if you can find the next target. That guy looks live. Quick check at the compass rose, make sure everything's aligned, and head your aircraft's head on, and fire away. So if you zoom in on the compass rose on the top, you know you got that indicator for where the nose of the aircraft's facing and where the target is. Makes it real nice and easy to figure out just how many degrees of correction is needed in either direction.
So some of these don't look like they're even remotely close locking onto them.
As in, your missiles are way off? What do you mean?
No, I remember what I did. I ended up having to align to TADs to shoot.
Gotcha.
Coming left. Coming right. Rolling out on course. Copy. Slowing down. We don't have enough power under these conditions to fly that at requested speed. Copy. Slowing down. At requested speed. Copy. Slowing down. Speed set. We're too heavy to fly that slow. We don't have sufficient power to fly any slower with our current gross weight. Aircraft's armed.
Alright.
Slaving. Deslave.
Alright. What you got going over there?
I cannot seem to get the FCR to cycle through the weapons without stopping and losing it, and I'm getting frustrated, so.
Understood. So right now it's an issue of aircraft trim. Or is it that the aircraft's too heavy and it's unable to maintain a hover? Because you could get an FCR lock without looking dead on to the target. You could be flying roughly perpendicular to the target and you'll get an FCR lock on things.
It looks like they're locking up, but it's not firing.
Aircraft's armed.
I'm in the front seat. We're in a stable hover. I can look at everything. It's just something's just not working.
Alright, so do me a favor and zoom in on your left MPD. Alright, so you got a continuous scan. You definitely have targets locked up. They are not centered with the nose. But let's see. And then you wanna do you have your link mode activated for your TADs? Alright. And zoom in.
Now that was just the link. That wasn't to TADS yet.
Correct. But you should be able to use the zoom button for your TADS to zoom it in. And now you can cycle through your different FCR contacts. Ooh, is that guy alive? Cycle between Fleur and CCTV. Interesting. And back to CCTV. I think that that guy might not have been tagged. So let's go ahead and looks like everything's aligned on the compass rose, I guess. Let's go ahead and fire.
Zeus 64 rifle.
Missile, forward.
I don't know. That looks like a missile launch to me. The important thing, looking at the compass rose, everything is just about aligned. As in, you have different symbologies. You've got the chevron, you've got that dot. You know, as long as your aircraft is nose on, you won't get a yaw error. But if you aren't nose on, usually these radar guided Hellfires, they're even more stringent than the laser guided Hellfires with regards to your gimbal limit. You really need the aircraft to be dead nose on in order for these RF missiles to find their target. But the nice thing about them is you don't need to provide terminal guidance. So it hit somewhere else.
I'm guessing, but I was zoomed into that one, didn't see where it landed.
Yeah. Alright. Let's try something different. Zoom in on your target with the TADS. Is that all as far as you can zoom?
With the FLIR, yeah.
Well, then let's go to CCTV. Oh yeah, that's a good target. Let's go switch to TADS and IAT track that guy. Now do me a favor and open up weapons page on the left MPD. Because as soon as you switch to TADS mode, the Apache will automatically bring up your SAL missiles, which are the laser guided. However, let's go ahead and hit type SAL and switch it to RF. Now we're back in RF missiles. And what we're going to do, we're going to do something a little different now. Instead of using your FCR, you're going to hold. So right now, we're going to provide it guidance, or at least a GPS coordinate, via the laser rangefinder. So if you can really zoom in on that screen, because I'm just struggling to see with the resolution right now. At the bottom left of the TADS, you can see target data ? This means the missile is not seeing anything on FCR because you're not scanning on FCR. So it's just basically saying it doesn't know what to fire at. It has no target. What you can do now is you can provide it a target by holding lays on that tank until target data disappears. So at this time, go ahead and lays that target. Don't just lays and then get off of it. You have to hold the lays. It needs to be provided sufficient time. And see now how that target data had just disappeared from the bottom left corner. Now you can stop lasing. And you are free to engage the target. You can see how now there's a diamond on that target. The FCR knows this is where it expects a target. That's where the first place where that missile is going to be going for. Release your weapon.
264 rifle.
Missile, forward.
You're gonna realize that a RF missile is not a one-trick pony. You could definitely use your TADs to guide them initially. Let's zoom out our field of view just to make sure it doesn't hit something else. Looks like it hit your target. That's a good check. Now that target data came up because as soon as you fired this missile, it's immediately reading the status of the next missile in line. So the next missile in line doesn't know what to fire at because you've provided guidance to the first missile, but the second missile in line has nothing.
So now, in cases like that where you have to give the additional data with the question mark, that we were told to spot lays at first, get your distance, and then do your full-on lays where it stays forward. In my case.
So all you gotta do is just get a good liaison, and eventually it's going to get accurate enough data to then go for it to store that point. So let's go find another willing volunteer.
By way of FCR?
Let's have you lays a coordinate for one more. I think this will become your new favorite method of using RF missiles. What is the malfunction? Ooh, juicy. All right, let's go ahead and get a good lays. Next, are you nose hot?
I think so. I mean, it's not
Can you
totally
zoom
aligned in the boxes.
Zoom in on the compass rose for me. Like, how far off are we talking? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see that resolved. If you feel that you are nose on, engage them.
Missile, forward.
Rifle, delayed.
Call it out prior to the reusing. Good check. Alright, let's bring up the FCR. Let's perform, instead of performing a continuous scan, perform a single scan. Usually when I'm in a target-rich environment with static vehicles, I would just use a single scan. Because if a friendly flies through the area, it may accidentally prioritize them since they're an air target, and it's a very disastrous situation when you accidentally tag a friendly.
I may have only gotten the continuous, not the single.
Copy that. Alright, again, see what's up.
Rotor RPM high.
Aircraft's armed. Roger, slaving. I'm deslaved. Target acquired.
Alright, we're set.
Copy, slowing down.
Alright.
At requested speed.
So you've got a target on FCR that looks good? Or are you scanning currently?
Scanning through the wreckage that was provided by the FCR.
Zeus 7 rifle. Zeus 7 rifle. Zeus 7 rifle. Zeus 7 rifle. The main idea is you can really go through targets pretty damn fast with RF missiles.
Missile, left.
Rifle.
Call it out prior.
Zeus 64 rifle.
Missile, left.
Much better. This almost looks like a dating app, just you're looking for something to shoot. Swipe right for BTRs.
I see a truck out there I didn't pick up though.
Yeah, because it didn't consider it a priority target.
Aren't those gun trucks on, aren't those priority kind of thing?
They could very well be considered, but unfortunately, the FCR will consider 16 targets as priority. So let me show you how we can work around this. Let's zoom in on your FCR page. See how there's a little zoom button on the top right corner? Let's box zoom. Now move your cursor over to where the targets are. And now cursor depress. Wham! We expanded the area of which the targets are in. Now move your cursor on a target that looks dim. The targets that are bright are what FCR considers to be the top 16 priority targets. The dim targets are the ones that don't meet that criteria, and they're the ones that we're not really picking up or firing on. So those should be fresh targets, the dim ones. So now move your cursor over one of those targets and depress on it. And link. And link again. And zoom in. So that looks dead. Let's find another one. Use your cursor on the FCR to select one. He's dead. Nope, not him. Not that guy. I assure you that something is still alive. Maybe not.
Maybe a new scan.
Yeah, we could go for that. Was this guy dead? He's definitely not dead. Alright, gonna move up.
We're still missing that one truck.
I'm also seeing a BTR up there that's not getting tracked.
Copy. Slowing down.
Laser ranging.
On speed. Copy. Slowing down.
Missile. Aft left.
64.
Speed set.
And that's a shot.
Nicely done.
turn left. Stop and turn.
264 rifle.
Missile, aft left.
What are you engaging? Target type.
It's a truck.
Copy that. Su-7 rifle.
That was a good check.
All right. Let's push to. We're gonna be heading back, but I want to push to an area that we have not engaged yet, and see if we could get some fresh FCR tracks.
I am getting a fuel warning too. Just under 480 right now.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring it in then.
I kind of like that thought too. I got tri-tip to eat.
Alright. I was hoping to get us to do more with the FCR, but I think we will take our time with that. We'll get some more in next time around. But yeah, that's kind of odd that the handovers weren't cooperating there for you. But not having the C-scope on, that was concerning for me, because it makes it incredibly difficult to find a target when you can't see it in C-scope.
And that is not like me. That is normally everything I normally click, but I left the FARP in a hurry to get back out here, I think, and that's something I slipped. I figured I'd do it when I got on the station.
Copy that.
SA-8, 11 o'clock. Searching.
At least, did you enjoy providing RF missiles a coordinate via laser rangefinder?
Yeah, that was something that we didn't really do too much of in the class. And doing multiplayer, you know, you don't just get into that unless you have a couple of people that you're running with.
I'm talking about the targets that you laser yourself for the radar guided missiles.
I'm not sure what you mean. It's something that I'm familiar with.
Okay. It doesn't know what I'm referring to.
SA8, 11 o'clock. Searching. SA15, 11 o'clock. Searching.
Yeah, it's squinting. I don't know what it's
Gun lost. And slaving. De-slave.
2S6, 11 o'clock. Searching.
De-lost.
Rotor RPM 5. Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low.
Throw her down.
Aircraft's armed.
Chief, connect the ground power. Is that an option?